Many people walk through life without ever thinking about what flows within them. Blood, it is not just a red liquid. It is life, energy, memory. It is the carrier of generations, of survival, of deep intelligence that is beyond words. In the temple, we learn not just to breathe, but to understand what is breathing us. The blood. Every blood type carries a specific characteristic, not just biologically, but energetically. In the East, this has been known for thousands of years. What the West often sees as merely physical, we understand to be deeply spiritual. It is not superstition, it is observation over centuries. To understand your blood type is to understand the tendencies of your mind, the qualities of your reactions, the nature of your strengths, and more importantly, your vulnerabilities. Knowing this is not about ego. It is about harmony. About alignment. When you know what your blood carries, you no longer move randomly in life. You no longer copy others blindly. You begin to walk the path that was meant for you, not chosen by society, but revealed by nature. In Chinese medicine, everything is connected to the elements, wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Your blood type reflects the elemental energy you carry most. A person with type O may carry the strength of fire, passionate, driven, sometimes aggressive. While someone with type A may reflect the wood, structured, calm, but sensitive. When I train disciples, I do not train them all the same. Why? Because the seed is different. You must water a bamboo differently than you water a pine tree. This is the art of awareness. And your blood gives the first clue. For example, someone with type B might need solitude more often. Not because they are antisocial, but because their energy is reflective, like water. The blood does not lie. It is ancient, and it does not forget who you truly are. Understanding this allows us to build a practice that heals instead of harms. That balances rather than burns out. If you are constantly in conflict with your nature, you will always feel restless, tired, or lost. But if you live in harmony with it, you thrive. There is a warrior within you, and there is also a monk. Depending on your blood type, one may dominate more naturally. Type O individuals often carry the spirit of the warrior. They thrive on challenge, they need movement, confrontation, expression. But even the warrior must learn stillness. Otherwise, his sword cuts even his own hand. Type A may lean toward the monk, contemplative, orderly, seeking peace. But too much silence without fire, and life loses momentum. You see, both must exist. When you know what comes naturally, you can develop what does not. This is how we create balance. A type AB might struggle the most, carrying two energies at once. But if they can integrate, they can become the bridge between two worlds. They can lead. It is like walking on a rope. If your blood pulls you to one side too hard, you fall. But when you respect the pull and find center, you begin to walk freely. This is not mysticism. This is self-knowledge. Not all discipline works the same for every person. Some people thrive on routine, same time, same place, every day. This is often the case for type A. Their blood seeks order, and routine is their meditation. It brings them peace. But type B may rebel against rigid systems. They need flexibility, space to breathe, to reflect. This does not mean they lack discipline, it means they require a different path to achieve it. The key is not to force, but to understand. When I was young, I thought everyone should train like I did. But then I saw, the mountain does not grow like the river. Each one has a rhythm. And if you listen, your blood tells you yours. It whispers through fatigue, through emotions, through energy. When you match your discipline to your nature, it becomes effortless. You no longer push, you flow. This is the highest form of discipline, the one that arises not from force, but from harmony. One of the biggest mistakes we make is comparing our journey with others. But if your blood carries fire, and mine carries earth, can we truly walk the same path? The fire runs fast. The earth moves slow, but never breaks. Which is better? Neither. Type O individuals may excel in physical challenges, they are wired for fight, for survival. Type A may thrive in intellectual spaces. They observe, analyze, structure. It is not about better or worse. It is about purpose. I tell my students, find your strength, but also, find how your blood expresses it. Otherwise, you will always feel like you're wearing someone else's armor. And in battle, that will not protect you. So do not seek to be like others. Seek to be fully yourself. The blood inside you is already your blueprint. Listen to it. Respect it. Follow it. And you will find your way. The way you feel, it is not only shaped by your environment. It is shaped by your internal chemistry, your energy, your blood. In ancient practices, emotion is not seen as separate from the body. It is seen as carried through it, like a message on a river. Each blood type tends to process emotions differently. Type A may internalize, they may appear calm, but inside they can feel overwhelmed. Type O expresses, they may not hide emotions well, but in doing so, they often release them faster. Type B may withdraw emotionally when stressed, needing silence to recover. Type AB may seem contradictory, emotional one moment, detached the next. It is not confusion. It is complexity. And understanding this complexity brings self-compassion. So many people suffer because they resist their own way of feeling. They are told, be strong, but their blood is asking for softness. Or told, speak up, when their nature is silence. But there is no power in pretending. True strength is in authenticity. When you are injured, physically or emotionally, how do you recover? Do you rush to action? Do you sit in silence? Or do you analyze every step of the pain? The way we heal is not just mental, it is biological and energetic. Your blood knows. Type O often heals by movement. A walk in nature, a return to action, this is their medicine. Type A heals in structure, herbs, rituals, schedules. This calms the nervous system and gives safety to the body. Each path is sacred. Type B may heal through introspection. Writing, art, and reflection help them untangle inner pain. Type AB. They need time. And often solitude. Their healing is subtle, internal, and not always visible from the outside. If we ignore how we naturally heal, we prolong suffering. But if we listen to our own rhythm, we become our own medicine. This is true martial wisdom, knowing not only how to fight, but also how to recover. What causes friction in relationships? Often, it is not a lack of love, but a lack of understanding. One person's way of reacting may seem irrational to another. But when you see them through the lens of their blood, everything starts to make sense. A Type O partner may be intense, direct, sometimes too bold. They show love through action. A Type A may be quiet, reserved, but deep in loyalty. They show love through consistency and care. The misunderstanding happens when these are not recognized. Type B may need more space. They love in waves, not always in constant expression. Type AB is complex, they love with depth, but may not always reveal it. To someone who doesn't understand, this can look distant. But it is not detachment, it is inner focus. When you begin to recognize this, and not judge, but recognize, your relationships shift. You speak the other person's emotional language. And suddenly, what was conflict becomes connection. This is how warriors build families. With awareness, not assumptions. In the monastery, leadership is not about command. It is about presence. And not everyone leads the same way. Some inspire with strength. Others with wisdom. Others simply by how they carry themselves. Your blood type may reveal your natural leadership style. Type O may lead from the front. Bold, fearless, unafraid to take the first step. People follow them because of courage. Type A leads from strategy, they plan, prepare, and support. People follow because they trust. Type B may lead through creativity, offering new paths where none existed. They are not always loud, but their ideas move people. Type AB leads through understanding. They often see both sides and resolve conflict with clarity. If you try to lead in a way that is unnatural, people sense it. They feel the dissonance. But when your leadership arises from your blood, from your essence, you do not need to force. People follow because you are in alignment. Life constantly asks you to choose. But not everyone chooses the same way. Some rely on logic. Others on emotion. Some decide quickly, others slowly. What guides this? Part of it is in the blood. Type O often decides fast, their instinct is sharp. But sometimes they move before they reflect. Type A is more cautious, they weigh options, avoid risk. This brings depth, but sometimes delay. Each has a gift and a weakness. Type B may decide based on how something feels energetically. Their gut is strong, but they can be swayed by emotion. Type AB often struggles the most, they see too much, consider too many paths. But when they commit, their vision is clear. If you force yourself to decide like someone else, you disconnect from your nature. But when you understand your decision style, you begin to trust your inner voice. And that voice, once trusted, becomes your compass. In the monastery, I have seen strong men break under silence. And I have seen quiet ones rise like mountains. Training reveals not just your muscles, it reveals your nature. And your blood is part of this nature. Type O students may excel at physical endurance. But when faced with stillness, they fidget. Their blood craves motion. Type A may sit still for hours, but put them in chaos and they freeze. This is not weakness. It is imbalance. Training must challenge your natural tendency. Only then does it create growth. A Type B must learn discipline, a Type AB must learn simplicity. Each blood has a blind spot, and training shines light on it. True training is not repetition alone. It is insight. It is adjusting the form to match the formless. And that formless is your inner world. Revealed, in part, by your blood. We all seek purpose. But how many are walking someone else's path? How many are pursuing goals that are not aligned with their nature? The blood does not lie. It tells you if you are forcing or flowing. Type O may feel alive in competition, in challenge, in striving. Their path is often bold. Type A may feel most fulfilled in service, in building, teaching, healing. Type B often seeks freedom, to explore, create, discover. Type AB may thrive in depth, philosophy, research, integration. When your outer path matches your inner design, there is peace. You wake up not with pressure, but with clarity. And this peace is not laziness. It is power. Because when energy flows correctly, nothing is wasted. Do not choose your path based on what is popular. Choose it based on what your blood whispers to you. And if you listen deeply, you will know. Before science could name blood types, ancient cultures already observed their effects. The Shaolin, the Taoists, the healers, they watched. They listened. They felt. And what they discovered still echoes today. In the East, blood is chi, it is life force. It is memory. It carries not just nutrients, but stories. Stories of ancestors, of trauma, of resilience. Western science sees the cells. Eastern wisdom sees the spirit behind the cells. That is why when we heal someone, we don't just give medicine. We give breathing. We give movement. We align their practice with their blood. Because healing is not external, it is internal harmony returning. So while the world chases quick results, we walk the slow path. Listening to the blood. Respecting it. Honoring it. Because in the silence, it teaches you everything. Understanding your blood type is not about boxing yourself into a category. It is not about saying, I am this, so I cannot change. No, it is a language. It gives you grammar. But what you speak with it is up to you. Knowing your blood's nature gives you the tools. But it is still you who must build the temple. You can rise above your tendencies, but only after you first understand them. Only after you stop running from them. This is what it means to walk the middle way. To accept without attachment. To change without self-hatred. Your blood may explain your patterns. But it does not imprison you. It guides you. So study it. Respect it. But do not worship it. The ultimate mastery is not in knowing your blood, it is in using that knowledge to awaken your spirit. Your blood is not random. It is sacred. It is inherited wisdom. And once you know its meaning, you cannot unknow it. You must live in alignment. You must carry this responsibility. If your nature is strength, protect the weak. If your nature is calm, bring peace to the restless. If your nature is vision, help others see. Your gift is not just for you. It is for the world around you. The more you understand your inner design, the more precise your life becomes. No more wasted energy. No more confusion. Just movement. Just purpose. Just presence. So I leave you with this: listen to your blood. Walk with awareness. Train with sincerity. Live with alignment. This is the way of the warrior. And the way of the monk. Both within you.